President-elect Donald Trump has sent a clear signal about his intentions on immigration, tapping Stephen Miller for a key role in his second term. The news reverberated through Washington, casting a spotlight on Miller, the architect behind some of Trump's most controversial immigration policies. This appointment suggests that immigration, a defining issue of Trump's first term, will once again take center stage. Miller's return has reignited a debate that deeply divides the nation, with both sides bracing for a contentious battle over the future of American immigration. Miller's history and rhetoric suggest a preference for restrictive measures, enforcement-heavy strategies, and a significant reduction in both legal and illegal immigration. This appointment has set the stage for a potential revival of policies that sparked fierce opposition and legal challenges during Trump's first term. Miller's return is a stark reminder of the power dynamics within the White House. His influence on Trump's thinking on immigration is well documented. Critics are bracing for what they fear will be an aggressive assault on the rights of immigrants. Supporters, on the other hand, are emboldened, viewing this as a sign that Trump intends to deliver on his campaign promises. Stephen Miller is not a newcomer to the halls of power. He served as a senior advisor to President Trump during his first term, playing a pivotal role in shaping and implementing the administration's immigration agenda. Miller's influence on Trump's thinking on immigration is undeniable. He was a constant presence in the Oval Office, whispering in the president's ear and crafting policies that reflected his hardline views. Miller's tenure in the Trump administration was marked by a series of controversial policies that aimed to restrict both legal and illegal immigration. He was the driving force behind the travel ban, which barred entry to citizens from several Muslim-majority countries. He also played a key role in the implementation of the zero-tolerance policy that led to the separation of thousands of migrant children from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. Miller's views on immigration are deeply rooted in a belief that immigrants pose a threat to American culture and security. His reappointment has fueled fears of a renewed crackdown on immigrants, with many bracing for a wave of deportations and further restrictions on asylum seekers. Stephen Miller's vision for American immigration is one of strict limits, stringent enforcement, and a prioritization of national interests over humanitarian concerns. He views immigration through a security lens, seeing it as a potential threat to American jobs, culture, and safety. Central to Miller's vision is a drastic reduction in both legal and illegal immigration. He has expressed support for reducing the number of family-based visas, limiting access to asylum, and building a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. These proposals reflect a belief that America should be more selective in who it allows to enter the country, prioritizing skills-based immigration over family reunification. Miller's approach to immigration is characterized by a focus on enforcement and deterrence. He believes that strong measures are necessary to discourage illegal immigration and to identify and remove those who are already present in the country without authorization. Critics argue that his proposals are cruel, impractical, and rooted in a fear of cultural change. They point to the human cost of his policies, highlighting the suffering caused by family separations and the denial of asylum to those fleeing persecution. Stephen Miller's return to the Trump administration has revived fears that the president may be considering a return to some of his most controversial immigration policies. These policies, which sparked widespread protests and legal challenges, were a hallmark of Trump's first term and reflected Miller's hardline approach to immigration. One of the most controversial policies enacted during Trump's first term was the zero-tolerance policy that led to the separation of thousands of migrant children from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. This policy, which was widely condemned as cruel and inhumane, was a direct result of Miller's influence on the administration's immigration agenda. Another policy that could resurface is the travel ban, which barred entry to citizens from several Muslim-majority countries. This policy, which was widely seen as discriminatory and motivated by anti-Muslim bias, was a cornerstone of Trump's efforts to restrict immigration. The potential revival of these policies is a stark reminder of the high stakes involved in the debate over immigration. These policies are not just abstract policy debates. They have real-world consequences for millions of people. Their potential return underscores the importance of vigilance and resistance in the face of policies that target vulnerable communities. Section 5. sidestepping the Hill executive orders and the circumvention of Congress. Stephen Miller's return to the Trump administration has reignited concerns about the potential use of executive orders to circumvent Congress on immigration policy. During his first term, Trump demonstrated a willingness to bypass legislative gridlock by using executive action to enact sweeping changes to the immigration system. This approach, favored by Miller, allows for swift action but raises concerns about executive overreach and the erosion of checks and balances. The use of executive orders to implement immigration policy changes is not without precedent. Previous presidents have used this power to address a range of immigration-related issues. However, the Trump administration's reliance on executive orders was notable for its scope and its disregard for congressional authority. One of the most prominent examples of Trump's use of executive orders on immigration was the travel ban. This policy, which was implemented through a series of executive orders, faced numerous legal challenges and was eventually blocked by several courts. The potential for abuse inherent in the executive order process is a cause for concern. Section 6. A storm of opposition brewing, legal challenges, and societal resistance. Stephen Miller's proposed immigration policies face fierce opposition from civil rights organizations, advocacy groups, and concerned citizens. Alarmed by Miller's hardline views, these groups are gearing up to protect immigrant rights and challenge these measures. Legal challenges will be a cornerstone of the resistance effort. The ACLU is ready to file lawsuits against any unconstitutional or discriminatory policies. Beyond the courtroom, societal resistance is anticipated, with protests and demonstrations likely to erupt nationwide. Section 7, Project 2025, a glimpse into the Conservative Playbook. Stephen Miller's influence on the Trump administration's agenda extends beyond his role as a senior advisor. He played a key role in developing Project 2025, a comprehensive policy blueprint crafted by conservative think tanks and advocacy groups. This project, which outlines a roadmap for a future Republican administration, provides a glimpse into the conservative movement's long-term goals and its vision for reshaping America. Project 2025 is more than just a collection of policy proposals. It's a blueprint for a conservative revolution. It calls for a dramatic reduction in the size and scope of the federal government, a rollback of regulations, and a shift in power away from Washington and back to the states. Immigration is a central focus of the project, with a strong emphasis on reducing both legal and illegal immigration. Miller's involvement in Project 2025 underscores his influence within the conservative movement and his commitment to advancing its agenda. The project's focus on shrinking the federal government, promoting traditional values, and restricting immigration aligns closely with Miller's own worldview. Section 8. The Road Ahead, charting the course of Trump's second term on immigration. The appointment of Stephen Miller as a key advisor to President Trump has sent shockwaves through the world of immigration policy, signaling a potential shift towards a more restrictive and enforcement-heavy approach. As Trump embarks on his second term, the road ahead for immigration policy is fraught with uncertainty, with Miller's influence looming large over the administration's agenda. The coming months and years will reveal the extent to which Miller's vision for American immigration will be translated into concrete action. Miller's appointment has energized both sides of the debate, with immigrant rights advocates bracing for a fight and restrictionist groups feeling emboldened. The outcome of this battle will have profound implications for the future of America, shaping the nation's character and determining its place in the world. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is clear: Stephen Miller will be a central figure in shaping the journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more trending news.